Do you ever wake up and feel like something inside you is missing? Like your body rises, but your mind stays asleep? Every morning the world begins again, yet we drag yesterday's fears into today. Before the sun has even reached the horizon, our thoughts are already noisy. The mistakes we made, the people who disappointed us, the endless things we must do. We don't realize it, but this is how we begin every day, defeated before it even starts. A Stoic once said, "The greatest war you will ever fight is the one within your own mind. That war begins the moment your eyes open." The first lesson then is to win the morning battle, to master the first thoughts that arise when consciousness returns. Because how you think when you first awaken will shape how you live the rest of your day. When you open your eyes, pause. Don't rush to your phone. Don't rush to your phone. Don't let the world invade your silence. The first 5 minutes belong to your mind alone. They are sacred. In this stillness, breathe deeply and remember, you are alive again. You've been given another sunrise, another chance to think, to act, to become better than you were yesterday. Gratitude, not anxiety, should be your first visitor of the day. But gratitude is not passive, it's a call to presence. The Stoics taught that you must look upon each morning as a new beginning, but also as a reminder of your mortality. Memento mori, remember, you will die. It's not meant to frighten you, but to awaken you. Every day is a small life, every sunrise, a rebirth. When you start the day with this awareness, every trivial irritation loses its power. The opinions of others fade. The rush of the world slows, because you understand the truth. Your time is short, and therefore precious. The first life lesson to build your mind every morning is this: own your first thought. Do not let the noise of the world steal your stillness. Your thoughts at dawn are seeds. Whatever you plant, they will grow throughout your day. If you plant peace, you will walk in strength. If you plant anger, your day will burn with it. Choose your thoughts as a wise gardener chooses what to sow. Every morning before anything else, whisper to yourself, "Today I will be the master of my mind." Say it not as a wish, but as a vow. The Stoic mind is not built in one day. It is built daily, in the quiet hours when no one is watching, when the world still sleeps and only your soul is awake. And when the first rays of light touch your skin, remember, you have already won the day, not because you control what will happen, but because you have chosen to control yourself. Have you ever noticed how easily your mind drifts away? How quickly a single negative thought can ruin an entire morning? One careless memory, one flash of comparison, one anxious what if, and suddenly your peace collapses like a house of glass. The Stoics knew this well. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Most people never learn how to discipline their thoughts, and so they live as prisoners of their own minds. If you're still watching, here's your reward. By the end of this video, you'll hold a mental tool that can silence the noise inside your head. A way to regain control when your thoughts start to spiral. Stay with me until the end, because this one lesson can shift how you experience every moment of your life. Your mind is like a city at dawn. Quiet streets, empty alleys, open windows. Then suddenly, noise rushes in. The traffic of opinions, the shouting of worries, the constant honking of what will they think of me. Most people live in that noise until they forget what silence sounds like. But the Stoic trains his mind to remain still even when the world is loud. He watches each thought pass by like a traveller watching clouds, observing, not reacting. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." That line is simple, but it contains the foundation of mental mastery. You cannot control what people say. You cannot control how the day unfolds, but you can always choose how you respond to it. And that choice, a small pause between reaction and reason, is where peace is built. Each morning, when thoughts begin to flood your mind, stop and ask, is this thought helping me or harming me? Most thoughts are like uninvited guests. They arrive without knocking, eat your energy and leave a mess behind. You are not required to entertain them. You can let them go. You can choose a better one. The discipline of thoughts is not suppression, it is selection. You don't silence your mind by force, you guide it with wisdom. Every time you catch yourself worrying about the future, gently pull your focus back to the present. Feel your breath. Listen to your surroundings. The mind can only be disciplined in the moment it tries to escape. The more you do this, the stronger you become, until eventually peace becomes your default, not chaos. Remember, every thought you allow to live in your mind builds the person you become. If your thoughts are small, your life will shrink with them. But if your thoughts are disciplined, patient, and strong, your mind becomes unbreakable. And that's the second life lesson to build your mind every morning. Discipline your thoughts before they discipline you. The one who can command his own mind is already greater than the one who commands an empire. Have you ever wondered why we resist the things we cannot change? Why we spend hours fighting invisible battles in our minds, replaying words we can't unsay, wishing for outcomes that never were? The truth is, most suffering doesn't come from life itself, it comes from our refusal to accept life as it is. The Stoics called this amor fati, to love your fate. Not tolerate it, not merely endure it, but to love it, to embrace everything that happens, good or bad, as necessary for your growth. If you can do that, even pain becomes your teacher, and every obstacle turns into the path itself. Think about it. Every morning you wake up expecting the world to move according to your plans, and when it doesn't, frustration follows. But have you ever paused to ask, who told you it should? The Stoics believed peace begins where expectation ends. When you stop demanding that the universe bend to your will, you start to move with it instead of against it. That is where true strength is born. Imagine standing in a storm. The wind howls, the rain strikes, the cold bites your skin, and you can't control any of it. You can curse the sky, or you can stand firm and say, let it come. That is acceptance, not weakness but power. Because the moment you stop resisting reality, you regain all your energy to shape what you can. Epictetus once said, do not seek for things to happen as you wish, but wish for things to happen as they do. It sounds impossible until you try it. The next time something doesn't go your way, pause. Don't react, don't label it good or bad. Just say to yourself, this is what is. Then ask, what can I learn from it? That simple shift transforms suffering into wisdom. Acceptance doesn't mean you give up. It means you stop wasting energy on the impossible so you can focus it on the meaningful. Every morning remind yourself, today things may not go my way. People may disappoint me, plans may fail, but I will not lose myself to it. That's how you build a mind that stays calm when the world is not. The third life lesson to build your mind every morning is this. Accept everything, resist nothing. Life will not always give you what you want, but it will always give you what you need to evolve. The Stoic doesn't run from discomfort. He walks through it, knowing it is the fire that forges steel. Have you ever asked yourself why you feel anxious when things start to slip out of your control? Why you panic when people change, or when life takes away something you love? The pain isn't in losing, it's in clinging. What you hold too tightly ends up holding you. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. Everything is borrowed, nothing is owned. Your possessions, your relationships, even your breath. All are temporary guests in your life. The wise man enjoys them fully but never depends on them for peace. Because the moment your happiness is attached to something that can be taken away, it's not happiness anymore. It's a ticking fear. Look around you. Everything you have today, the people, the comforts, the opportunities, will one day vanish. Not to punish you, but to remind you that nothing external defines who you are. The Stoic doesn't resist this truth. He walks hand in hand with it. When you accept impermanence, you free yourself from the chains of attachment. Seneca once wrote, "He who has made a fair compact with poverty is rich." What he meant wasn't about money, it was about independence. The man who can lose everything and still remain calm has discovered the secret of true wealth. Because he owns the one thing no one can take, his mind. Each morning practice detachment. Before you reach for your phone, before you scroll through what the world wants you to envy, whisper to yourself, I need nothing to be enough. Feel how powerful that sounds. You're not rejecting the world. You're refusing to be enslaved by it. The Stoic doesn't say, I don't care. He says he cared deeply, but I'm not controlled by what I care for. That difference is everything. Start small. Let go of your need to be right in every argument. Release your craving for approval. When something goes wrong, instead of saying, why me? Say, why not me? You'll feel the weight lift instantly. Detachment isn't coldness, it's clarity. It's the ability to love people, pursue goals, and live fully without losing yourself in the process. The fourth life lesson to build your mind every morning is this. Practice detachment before the world demands it from you. Every time you let go, you rise higher. And one day when life takes something you thought you couldn't live without, you'll realize you were never meant to own it, only to learn from it. Have you ever sat in silence and felt uncomfortable, as if the quiet itself was too loud? Most people can't stand stillness because it forces them to face what's inside. They rush from one distraction to another, terrified of what they might hear if the noise stopped. But here's the truth the Stoics understood deeply. The mind is not strengthened in motion, it's built in stillness. When you wake each morning, the world demands your attention before you even take a breath. Notifications, messages, responsibilities, they pull at your mind like 1,000 invisible hands. But if you don't reclaim the silence, you lose the chance to remember who you are before the world tells you what to be. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's most powerful men, ruled an empire, yet he found his greatest power in moments of solitude. He wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. The world outside is chaos, but within you lies a fortress, a place no noise can reach unless you open the gates. Every morning give yourself that retreat. Sit in stillness, not to escape, but to align. Breathe deeply and let your thoughts settle like dust in sunlight. You'll start to see clearly what truly matters and what's just noise pretending to be important." The Stoic doesn't react to everything that happens. He responds only when it's necessary. And stillness sharpens that difference. Stillness is not laziness. It's mastery. It's the calm before the strike, the breath before the decision. When your mind is still, your actions become deliberate. You stop moving just to feel alive and start moving with purpose. The more still you are inside, the less the world can shake you. Practice this every morning. Before your day begins, pause and listen to your breath, your heartbeat, the faint hum of life around you. In that silence, remind yourself, I'm enough, I have enough, I am enough, I am where I need to be. The Stoic doesn't need constant motion to prove his worth. He carries peace like armor into the battles of the day. The fifth life lesson to build your mind every morning is this: cultivate stillness before the world tests your patience. Strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's the quiet that refuses to break. Have you ever caught yourself waiting for the right moment, the right feeling, the perfect plan before taking the first step? The Stoics would call that the most dangerous illusion of all. Because the perfect moment doesn't exist. Only this one does. And the longer you wait to act, the weaker your will becomes. We tell ourselves stories to justify our hesitation. I'll start when I feel ready. I'll change when I have more time. I'll do it when life calms down. But life never calms down. It moves with or without you. The Stoics believe that the mind is strengthened through action, not intention. Thought without execution is like a sword left to rust. Potential wasted by inaction. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." He didn't mean perfection, he meant movement. Every morning when you rise, don't just think about your principles, live them. Speak less, do more. Because every time you choose action over hesitation, you build discipline. And discipline, repeated daily, becomes strength. Ask yourself this each morning. What is one thing within my control that I can act on today? Start small. Make the bed. Exercise your body. Do the task you've been avoiding. You'll notice something strange. It's not the task that builds your mind. It's the decision to begin. The Stoics called it a voluntary discomfort. Doing what's hard, not because you enjoy it, but because you refuse to be ruled by weakness. Action is the mind's training ground. Every deliberate effort sharpens your will. Every disciplined choice strengthens your character. The person who acts with purpose, even in small things, becomes unstoppable in great things. Remember, your body can only move where your mind allows it to go. Each morning, replace I should with E will. Replace a maybe with a now. Don't ask for motivation, demand discipline. Because motivation fades with mood, but discipline grows with repetition. And the Stoic knows that success is not built on bursts of inspiration. It's built on consistent, quiet action done even when no one is watching. The sixth life lesson to build your mind every morning is this: act first, think later, reflect last. The mind that waits becomes a slave to fear, but the mind that acts becomes the master of life. Have you ever noticed how one emotion can hijack your entire day? One harsh word, one unexpected problem, and suddenly your peace disappears, your focus crumbles, your discipline fades. It's as if your emotions grab the wheel of your life and drive you straight into chaos. The Stoics warned us about this long ago. If you cannot control your emotions will control you. Most people think emotions are enemies to be fought, But that's not the Stoic way. The Stoic doesn't destroy emotion, he understands. Anger, fear, sadness, they are signals, not commands. You don't silence them by pretending they don't exist. You silence them by mastering your response. Because the emotion is never the problem, the reaction is. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Think about that. You can't stop the insult from being spoken, but you can stop it from living inside you. You can't control the storm, but you can control your sails. When you realize this, emotion transforms from a master into a messenger, into a messenger. Each morning, prepare your mind like a warrior. Remind yourself, today someone may anger me, something may disappoint me, but I will remain calm, for I control my response. That one mindset changes everything. Because peace isn't found by avoiding chaos, it's built by remaining calm within it. When anger rises, pause. When fear whispers, breathe. When sadness tries to pull you under, observe it without judgment. The Stoic mind is like a mountain. Storms may strike, but they never move it. You can feel deeply and still remain steady. That's not repression. That's not repression. That's mastery. The key is awareness. The moment you notice an emotion forming, you've already begun to master it. Unconscious mind reacts. The conscious mind chooses. And the more you practice choosing, the stronger that choice becomes. Over time, the fire that once burned you becomes the light that guides you. The seventh life lesson to build your mind every morning is this: govern your emotions before they govern your day. Power doesn't come from the absence of feeling, but from the presence of control. The Stoic doesn't deny his humanity. He refines it. He refines it. Have you ever felt like life is moving too slowly? Like no matter how hard you work, progress just refuses to show itself? You chase success, change, peace, but everything seems delayed, as if the universe itself is testing your endurance. That's because it is. The Stoics believe that patience isn't just waiting, it's strength under control. In a world obsessed with instant results, patience has become a forgotten virtue. We expect transformation overnight, healing in a week, success in a month, and when it doesn't come, we quit. But nature never rushes, and yet everything is accomplished. The tree doesn't demand fruit the moment it's planted. It grows quietly, unseen, until one day it stands unshakable. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A time is a river, a violent current of events, glimpsed once and carried away." The Stoic understands that he cannot stop the flow of time, but he can learn to move with it, calmly, deliberately, without resistance. Patience is not weakness, it's proof of faith in the process. Every morning as you prepare to face the day, remind yourself, growth takes time. Strength takes repetition. Wisdom takes failure. You may not see the results of your discipline immediately, but every quiet effort, every moment of restraint, every small act of self-control is building something powerful within you. You are training your mind to trust the unseen. Impatience is the language of fear, fear that you'll never get what you desire. But patience is the voice of confidence. Confidence that what's meant for you will arrive exactly when it should. The Stoic doesn't rush destiny, he becomes ready for it. Practice patience in the smallest things. When traffic slows you, when someone tests your calm, when a goal seems too far away. Use those moments as training. Every delay is an opportunity to prove that your peace cannot be stolen by time. The one who can wait without frustration holds a power that no chaos can touch. The eighth life lesson to build your mind every morning is this: choose patience over panic. The calm mind does not beg for results, it becomes the kind of mind that attracts them. Remember, what you build slowly, you keep forever. Have you ever carried something long after it stopped serving you? A memory, a grudge, a mistake, a person. You tell yourself you've moved on, yet it lingers, whispering in the back of your mind, draining your strength quietly. Every morning remind yourself, the past cannot touch me unless I invite it. You can't step into the new day if one foot still stands in yesterday. The mind grows heavier the more you cling, and lighter the more you release. Forgive not because others deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Letting go is not the end of caring. It's the beginning of healing. It's saying, what's done is done, and now I choose to live. The Stoic doesn't erase the past. He learns from it, thanks it, and moves forward with calm determination. Practice this every morning. If a thought from the past rises, don't fight it. Observe it. Breathe and let it pass. You'll notice that peace doesn't come when the world changes. It comes when you stop clinging to what no longer fits your growth. The ninth life lesson to build your mind every morning is this: let go of what you cannot carry without losing yourself. The lighter your mind, the further it travels. Remember, nothing new can enter hands that's still gripping what's gone. Have you ever noticed how two people can live through the same event, yet one breaks while the other grows stronger? The difference isn't in what happened, it's in how they see what happened. The Stoics called this the greatest secret of all. You don't control the world, but you control the lens through which you view it. When something goes wrong, our first instinct is to curse it, to label it unfair, cruel, or unlucky. But the Stoic pauses and asks a different question. What if this is for me, not against me? That simple shift transforms everything. Suddenly, pain becomes a lesson, delay becomes preparation, loss becomes direction. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If the impediment to action advances action." What stands in the way becomes the way. It's not just a quote, it's a map. The obstacle you face is not blocking your path, it is your path. The mind that sees challenge as opportunity is a mind that can never truly be defeated. Every morning you are given a choice: to see life as punishment or as practice. When something frustrates you, a rude person, a setback, a failure, remind yourself, this is training, life is your gym, and each hardship is a weight designed to build your mental strength. You can curse the weight, or you can lift it and grow. Perspective doesn't change reality, it changes your relationship with reality. The same storm that drowns one man teaches another how to sail. The same loss that breaks one heart teaches another to love without fear. When you shift your view, everything around you shifts with it. So tomorrow morning, before the world tests you, whisper this to yourself: nothing has power over me except how I choose to see it. Say it until you believe it, because perception is creation. Your mind paints your world. The 10th life lesson to build your mind every morning is this: see everything as your teacher. The Stoic knows that every moment, pleasant or painful, carries a message meant to sharpen his wisdom. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. It happens for you. Have you ever asked yourself who you really are when no one is watching? Not the version you show to others, not the mask you wear to be accepted, but the raw, unfiltered truth of you. Most people avoid that question because the answer demands courage. The Stoics believe that no man can master his mind until he first faces his own reflection without flinching. We all carry lies that keep us comfortable. I'm fine, I'll change tomorrow. It's not my fault. But those lies rot the mind from within. You cannot build strength on a foundation of denial. The Stoic way is brutal honesty, not with others, but with yourself. Because truth, no matter how painful, is the first step toward freedom. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If someone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake, I will gladly change, for I seek the truth which never harmed anyone." That's not weakness, that's power. To admit you're wrong, to confront your own flaws, to face your fears without excuses. That is the rarest form of courage. The coward hides behind pride, the wise man uses humility as his weapon. Every morning before you face the world, face yourself. Ask, what am I pretending not to see? Maybe it's a habit that's destroying your discipline, or a fear that's keeping you small. Whatever it is, bring it into the light. The Stoics taught that what you refuse to face will eventually control you. But when you confront it, when you strip it of its mystery, it loses its power. Self-honesty is not self-criticism. It's not beating yourself down. It's building yourself up on truth. You can't improve what you won't acknowledge. Each morning reflection should be a conversation with your soul, not your ego. Don't ask, how do I look today? Ask, how did I live yesterday, and how can I live better today? When you start being honest with yourself, two things happen. First, life becomes lighter, because pretending is exhausting. Second, your confidence grows, because you finally trust the person you see in the mirror. That trust is the root of mental strength. The Stoic doesn't fear his flaws, he transforms them into lessons. The 11th life lesson to build your mind every morning is this: have the courage to face your truth before the world forces you to. Growth begins the moment excuses end. Honesty hurts, but it heals deeper than any comfort ever could. Have you ever realized how rarely you're truly here? Not in yesterday, not in tomorrow, but in the quiet space of now. Most people drift through their days like ghosts, haunted by memories and hunted by worries. The Stoics taught that the present moment is the only place where life actually exists, and yet, it's the one place the mind keeps trying to escape. We spend our mornings replaying the past, our afternoons fearing the future, and our nights wishing we had lived differently. But the Stoic knows, the mind that cannot stay in the present will never know peace. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Confine yourself to the present." It sounds simple, but it's one of the hardest disciplines in life, to be fully awake where you are. Ask yourself, right now as you listen to these words, where is your mind? Is it here or already racing somewhere else? The truth is, your power, your happiness, your growth, all of it only exists in this single moment. The Stoics called it the point of control. You can't change what has passed, and you can't command what hasn't arrived. But you can choose this breath, this thought, this response. That is mastery. Every morning when the sun rises, practice presence. Don't rush into your day as if it's an obstacle to be survived. Slow down. Feel the air, the heartbeat, the pulse of life moving quietly beneath the noise. The Stoic mind doesn't live in the chaos of what if, it lives in the clarity of what is. When you train yourself to live fully in the present, time begins to expand. You stop measuring life by outcomes and start experiencing it by moments. Even pain becomes manageable because it's never endless. It only exists right now, and right now you can endure it. Even joy becomes deeper because you finally notice it before it fades. The past is a lesson, not a home. The future is a possibility, not a promise. The present is your arena, and the Stoic fights his battles here. That's how you build a mind that cannot be broken by regret or fear. You stop running from time and instead walk beside it. The 12th and final life lesson to build your mind every morning is this: master the moment before it passes, because once it's gone, it never returns. The mind that learns to live fully in each breath is the mind that has already conquered life itself.